Christopher Titus, and is the Armageddon update. Uvalde. There are new rivers of rage about the school shooting in Texas. People are furious about the release of the video about the shooting. That's right, the town council is furious that the video got released. Not that the cops stood down and chilled out at the end of the hallway while the gunman tore up 22 people, 19 kids and 2 teachers. Yeah, it's like being angry about Spielberg's Schindler's List than the actual Holocaust. Now, there is no upside to any of this, and I wish the update was about something else, but we need to address the fact that some are angrier about the truth being revealed about the event than the event itself. And the video is stunning in its ineptness. We see 3 fat-ass cops run down the hall, weapons drawn, and then haul ass back. They don't engage the gunman. Then they stay far down the hallway, far from the shooting, while kids are slaughtered. Then as reinforcements show up, they finally react and stand around and sanitize their hands, because there might be COVID. Then they check their phones while kids are being killed down the hall. Now, I can't imagine how hard police work is. The job is one where people either hate you for showing up or hate you for not showing up fast enough. It sucks. I get being a cop is tough, but in my experience, you can't win as a police officer. A lot of people see cops not as people, but as a uniform. The government with a gun, that's all they see. But cops, as much as I have empathy for you, you took the job. When I get heckled by a drunk redneck who's destroying my set, I don't get to whine about it. I have to deal with it because I took the job. I can't go, hey man, no one said there'd be heckling. Stop yelling at me. You're going to ruin my show. I want my mommy.
Hey, since you don't agree with me, I'm going to get the fuck out. Get the fuck out.
Now, I do get that the situation isn't the same because comedy clubs don't provide hand sanitizer. I also hear, you don't understand the situation. That guy had an assault weapon, an AR-15, and that's going to tear a man up. Well, I get that. But again, the cops had the same weapons, ballistic shields, body armor, and there were 20 of them. And they waited for almost 90 minutes while kids' lives ended. And by the way, if the cops are afraid of a guy with an assault weapon, even if the cops have their own assault weapons, maybe we shouldn't have assault weapons. Please send your comments correcting me about the semantics of assault weapon and the Second Amendment to putitinayourcolon.com. And I promise I'll get back to you. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. For God's sakes, you're supposed to protect and serve, not protect and sanitize. God damn it! Everybody, how you doing? Christopher Titus, Armageddon Update, Titus Podcast. With me, as always, the lovely Bombshell Ray.
What's up, people?
Who's in a whole lot of pain, and the Hylinder, who's in no pain whatsoever, except for emotional.
There could be only one. Mine's worse. My emotional pain is worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yours will eventually go away. His won't.
Mine is a lifetime.
And ours is to the end of our days.
You just need the love of a good woman.
There you go. We're looking for that.
We are.
Are you looking for that?
We actively,
we're trying.
all of us.
Well, we tried. It didn't work out.
Yeah, the beard. Look,
See,
guys,
beard's
look how
still
young
gone.
he looks now.
That's what I keep saying. He
It's
looks like
weird. He doesn't look like the same person.
Yeah.
I thought
I'm trying to
that
make a
we
toupee.
worked with a 95-year-old homeless man, and then this guy showed up, and I'm like, wait, it's like you kind of look like him,
Well, I
but
moved across the street.
He was like
Seems
tenderloin.
really nice.
Did you?
He was like tenderloin Santa for a long time.
you wanted to lessen your commute, so you just filled in Clumsy's apartment.
No, the RV.
Oh,
So I still commute.
The
but,
RV
like, just
that's
up and down the street.
missing parts.
So after the 2 murders this last year, yesterday or this a couple days ago, the weekend, I showed up on Sunday and they were arresting a couple people at the
Really?
apartment. Yeah, down the street. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's not surprising. Like, hey, no death, no bodies on the street.
At least that we could see.
It's an upside.
I'm more surprised that they're arresting people because that's not typical. It's usually they just show up after those people that they should have arrested kill people.
Killed people, right?
Yeah. So I'm pleased and happy to hear. I still bolt the door locked when I come in
Yep.
because I don't want
I've
them
started
coming
waiting for
in
the gate
after
to
me.
close.
I do too.
I wait for the gate to close.
Just put a hand sanitizer thing out there, and they will just zoop, swarm.
All right,
Unbelievable.
so
Unbelievable.
the Armageddon update was about the Uvalde shooting, and what made me the maddest this morning is like people were like, "We are offended." There was a city council meeting where the guy's like, "It was a chicken way to do it. This is a chicken shit thing to do. To release that video."
Did he say chicken shit?
He said chicken shit.
So the video release was chicken.
Wait,
Okay.
the chicken shits were releasing the video, not the chicken shits
reporter
in the video.
Yeah,
with the shields.
Yes, the reporter that released
You're
the
caught
video.
up.
It was the guy. Yeah,
Got it.
And this is Texas, too. You know what bothers me? I like Texas. I go to Texas. The audiences are great.
Yeah, do you?
But I'll be honest. Texas seems to be not what it... Don't mess with Texas. No, don't mess with Texas.
Go right
But
ahead.
if you do mess with Texas, as long as you put a hand sanitizer thing nearby, we'll just let you do what you want until you're finished and everybody's dead, and then we'll get involved again. I just don't understand what has happened. Here's the thing. So there was one cop that was standing there. And one more thing. All those cops, take a look at them. None of them is on a... There's no obstacle courses or pull-up bars or weight rooms in the Uvalde Police Department, obviously. None of them were like really in good shapes. And
who's going to run and take down an attacker wearing cowboy boots and jeans and a flannel?
Yeah, and 45 extra pounds. One of the guys had his phone out. They have one video of the guy, and on the phone, he's got the Punisher logo on the phone while he's letting those kids get shot. He's got the Punisher
What is
logo.
he doing checking his texts or his TikTok?
He's looking for the video of the video he's in.
He's got the phone. He's holding the phone like this to him, like he's going to shoot his hand off. He's holding his gun like this. And so here's the thing. Being a cop's a tough gig. Tough gig, I get it. As I said in the Armageddon update, you show up and people don't want you there. If they want you there, you don't show up fast enough. The cops can't win. And to all you police officers that run towards the danger, thank you. I understand. But to watch 20 of these guys all stand back, like 400 feet, 200 feet, whatever it was from the room, while those kids are getting shot, is unconscionable. But to actually be, it's like being mad at the movie Jaws instead of the shark attack. Yeah, the shark ate everybody, but why'd you have to publicize it? Yeah, you made a big movie, now you scared everybody. I don't quite understand where we're at as a country right now, and it frightens me. Although the January 6th committee keeps doing stuff to take it down the bad
Speaking
guys.
of delaying, engaging, and going after Trump, at least it's happening. At least, we were talking about this 2, 4, 6, how many years ago?
Yes.
Yes.
When did-
Since we met you. Before we met you, we're like, how come this guy's not arrested? And now we're all older. You don't have a beard anymore. Rachel's had operations. My head's bigger. It just keeps going.
Rachel's had operations. Yeah, I like the hearings a lot. I enjoy them quite a bit. And then I was talking to you, this person that I live with yesterday. I'm on pain medication, so
she's
just
on pain
stay with
medication,
me.
so just tune in a little bit.
And it's not working, so that's also sucky. And I was saying, they're gonna get him. They got Pat Cipollone, his attorney, and that's it. That's the guy they wanted. That's the guy that was with him when it was going down. That's the guy that he would have told, thinking he had privilege. And then I thought, no, it's not going to make a difference, because we were talking about this. There have been so many caught red-handed gotcha moments.
From before he was elected.
I told you, we just need audio. We need audio of him committing the crime or video. And then I was like, wait, we had audio of the Ukraine call, which we thought this is it.
Mm-hmm.
We've got, and it doesn't matter.
We have audio of him going, I need 11,740 votes plus one
Explain that
more.
away too, so it's not going to matter. But I will tell you guys, I had, I want to just say this really quickly, that I have had like the most amazing support from so many people throughout this last couple of weeks, and the funniest gifts and most thoughtful gifts. And I just mostly want to say on this podcast that AdvertiseCast, the company that works with us,
Who are awesome.
we love, and the boss Billy, who is just awesome and compassionate and kind, sent me a really nice gift and kept up with me. And I just want to say thank you to you guys, because they listen to the podcast. And it was like, wow, people are still nice and care even. It was.
I think they care about you. You have a tendency to make people care. Like your sister flew out with her husband. They stayed for 2 weeks to help us.
Oh, that's where I was headed before I got sidetracked.
Yeah.
Thank you. My sister came out and her husband, and you
awesome.
guys know I've talked about this quite a bit. Without going into any detail as to why, I will tell you that there are finally cracks. Mm-hmm. There's cracks. And I was like, what? He's not the white Jesus anymore?
No, he's not.
So I'm super excited about that. And I'm not even going to say anything else about it, because I'm just going to keep praying that it keeps coming.
They thought him of as the burnt umber Jesus. He's not really white. He hasn't been white. Part of him, but the orange circle.
Well, we played Heads Up. Have you ever played Heads Up?
Nope.
It's a pretty fun game.
You guys got to download this app. It's like $1.
They're not an advertiser.
They're not an
It's
advertiser.
just fun.
But my very silly friend, who wait till I show you what she sent me today in the mail, Jen, Zach Ward's wife, she plays this game. And so you hold the phone up to your forehead and you'll read the clue, right? We'll pick a category and I'll hold it up. You'll read the clue and you'll act out whatever the clue is. And I have to guess it. I can't see it. And if I get it right, I do the phone down and it goes ding.
Yeah.
And then
okay, this is usually like Post-it notes or cards, right? That you put on your
but it's got the sound effects.
But it mixes charades.
And it's timing you so you can see the timer. So you're rushing and you're panicking. So you say really dumb stuff as I will never live down for the rest of my life.
You. So as you're acting stupid shit out,
that's why
there's a video of stupid shit.
So the point being that my sister's husband, the clue was Donald Trump, and he said scary orange man. So there were lots of little, I was like, Donald Trump. I knew instantly.
But I think he was mocking you being a liberal. Scary orange man.
Maybe, but I will tell you there were some flat out statements of negativity.
I'm glad it only took a treasonous insurrection. I'm glad, and then continuing to prove.
Well,
and
that
like
didn't
3
even
weeks
do
of
it.
hearings.
It was something
Yeah,
else.
that didn't even do
right.
right. That didn't do it.
So there is video of me I'm on painkillers. I have an ice pack on me and I'm blanketed up, and Jen comes over. So my sister, you could just hear her in the bathroom laughing by herself. I hear her in her bedroom. She's been and doing it over and over. So when you're on the timer, you're desperate to say something. So the clue was German. And my sister and I were guessing, and Jen was we're trying to get Jen to guess German. And my sister says Valkyrie, which Jen is like, it's not going to happen.
But Valkyrie, but that's the movie.
But
Isn't
Jen
it a
just
Viking?
looks at her like,
that's the closest
what?
to
And I'm panicking. It's like 9,
Strudel.
8,
Thor.
7. And I go, hello, my name's Adolf Hitler.
She said it. Yeah, she said, my name's Adolf Hitler in an English accent.
it's Europe.
I don't
Close
know.
enough.
Yes. You were in the general continent.
You could get there by train or
I'm
tank.
Adolf Hitler. And Jen's face
And
was
you
like,
said it Cockney. It was Cockney Hitler.
so there's a video of that. So
But you got it right. You're
Oh
close
no,
enough.
she never got it. So I think she was confused by why he
You
was
think?
British.
Valkyrie and I'm Adolf Hitler? Yeah. Oh, Germany. What?
So he comes home last night and he's like, I don't know, babe. When I called him and told him, babe, you're never going to live that down. I go, oh no, I'm pretty sure of that.
Oh no, you're not going to tell this
He
story.
comes home last night and we played a few rounds of it, and he's, cocky.
And I've had a couple glasses of wine, to be fair.
And the clue is Maryland. The state, Maryland. And he says,
Not Maryland, Bettyland.
No,
I said, oh, Bettyland. Bettyland? Like I was trying to exactly.
not blank, Bettyland.
And like Mary and Betty, and then she goes.
There's no such thing
and
as
then she
Mary and
goes-
Betty.
She goes, Mary and Joseph. And she
Right.
and like, but even then it's still lame.
Yeah, because you kept saying not Bettyland, but, and then you wouldn't give them any other clue. Then I say Boston, and then I go, no,
It's
shit,
it's a
wait,
wrong thing.
that's Massachusetts.
So-
And he's still behind me going, not Bettyland.
This game really does bring up your stupidity. Really shines a bright light.
And you
on
can't
it.
say that one of the words that's in it, right?
At one point, my sister had been making fun of me. I have a video I've shown him. She's made fun of me, and the clue is
days.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. And all of a sudden, she's going,
This is the video.
I'm a bodybuilder. I am the governor of California. And I'm just like, holy
There's video of
shit.
that.
Hitler.
What you have to think about is when you're doing it, is like, oh my god, I almost don't want to play because there's video. What was the other one I did? There was another one you said it was really sideways. And they got
Oh,
it.
the clue was Rocky Mountains. And he says,
Hey Mick, these mountains were named after me.
he kept saying,
All right, I'll give you that. That's a good.
oh
That's
no.
good.
My sister and her husband were going,
What?
what?
My mountains.
great.
They're my mountains.
That's what he did for 60 seconds. Who would?
Because I'm a moron.
You
I
went from
get it.
terrible to that's pretty
Yeah.
genius.
At
I
one
like that
point,
one.
my sister goes, okay, I get it. If I'm going to play with Titus, I just got to turn my brain a little sideways. I got to just start thinking a different way. Not Bettyland,
I'm
Maryland.
No, oh god, that one. Yeah, that's not one of my proudest moments of any part of my life.
Oh, it was
honestly.
awesome. So try Heads Up. It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun game. So back to Uvalde. So I don't understand what we're gonna do. Why, if I was one of these cops and this video just went out internationally, of what. First of all, it kills every argument against gun control. Every argument. Good guy with a gun. There was 19 of them. They had shields, body armor, and assault weapons, and they did nothing. So the good guy with the gun didn't work at all. That's one thing that's just out of the window now. You can't even, anybody who has the balls to say that only thing that stops a bad guy with a gun,
it was good guys with a gun.
Only thing that stops a guy with dirty hands
and
is a hand sanitizer thing on the wall as a cop with So they had all the weapons they needed. They had enough guys. And they just didn't do it. So that's gone. Then we've got this whole thing about the cops were afraid because the guy was too weaponed up. Well, then doesn't that give an argument for we should not have those kind of guns on the streets anymore?
One would think.
That only maybe police and military can have those guns?
Yeah, especially if you are so concerned with blue lives mattering. Like,
right.
We should make sure that those blue lives are not so frozen by fear because of civilian
But here's the problem.
possession of weapons that could pierce all of their protection.
If you only give the military and the police their weapons, then how are we going to fight them? Well,
do you want the military and the police to protect you or not, sir?
Well, the military and the police also have tanks and drones and airplanes and bombs and
good
grenades
luck with that.
And shit. Yeah, so it really, my argument is kind of bullshit.
Penis gun isn't going to make any difference.
Well, but the weirdest thing to me is that it's horrible. I saw they've since taken the gunfire out of it. I saw an early video yesterday where they had left the gunfire in, and you hear down the hall this gun just going off, and they'd cut the kids' screams out of that. And the parents were, the guy that released it was like, okay, I released it because they weren't going to. They were saying a couple of months we'll have a thing, and this guy was like, we already have this video. Oh, I know what it was. He didn't want their edit of it because they were going to edit it their way. So it's an hour and 30 minutes. They edited it with the cops.
They said, I'm reading how the video unfolds. So you can hear the gunfire happening. You see the gunman at one point.
He walks in. He walks right
into frame and then goes right into a classroom. You hear children screaming as gunfire goes off. They hang out for a while, 45 minutes more. And then they ask for a key to one of the classrooms, stalling. Later found out that the classroom was never locked. Then they brought in gas and tear gas and gas masks. Then someone brings in a sledgehammer. It's like they're all just buying time to look busy so that they don't have to do anything.
To their credit, the first 3 cops that show up ran in. Two guys had AR-15s and one guy had.
And we're surprised he had a gun. So they turned and ran.
They ran bad too.
He has a gun.
They ran hard.
He fucking waddled and slipped back.
One guy got one guy got hit. They got injured. Both of them got in, but they took off running. But that's still, there's little kids there. Your job, as I said in the Armageddon update, you took the gig, bro. Your job is to stop this.
Well, they also detained people who wanted to go
One of the cops wanted, the
Border Patrol guy whose wife was the teacher.
Yeah.
And they detained him.
They stopped him,
took his weapon,
disarmed him, wouldn't let him go in.
That's the biggest shock. All these parents are standing outside and
screaming.
They arrested some parents too.
They're throwing them to the ground.
Unarmed parents who want to go in, they're detaining
of what they're
them.
To do.
One mom got in though.
Yeah, one mom got in and got her kids out. But it's just like, so if they want to go in, you're too pussy, let them have your armor. They're trying to go in without the armor. Yeah. It's insane. So it was an hour and 14 minutes that this, from beginning to end, that this went on. And imagine, so a lot of people are going to say, well, we had orders to stand down. But how do you stand outside when you hear 4th graders screaming? At one point, a cop yells out police or something. A little girl yells out, we're in here. And I heard the little boy yesterday on CNN, I think, telling the story of how then the gunman knew where she was and shot her, and the cops never came after she said, we're in here.
So I was talking to my brother-in-law today or yesterday about it, and we were talking about it, and we know, I know in that situation, I know me. I would be like, I'm going to die. I know I'm going to die.
Today, you mean, when you were talking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And I know I'm going to die. So we're going in.
His organization, part of most of what they do is they FOIA all kinds of things like this and political corruption and things like this. So I said, are you guys, this group, going to get involved? He goes, oh, we've been involved. We're tied up in court with them trying to get all this stuff. He's pissed about it.
Well,
And-
that's when I said about the video getting released. He was like, "Good, that's what they should." And I was like, "They're pissed,"
you
and he
agree?
goes, "No, that they should get it released.
Yeah.
We should know what happened because there is no." When did
Imagine
this-
being a parent who lost a
Right.
child,
They don't
and
wanna
then
hide
on
it.
top of that horrific loss, having to watch this video. It's just mind-boggling.
And again, I do get the parents upset, but we needed to see it. And what I don't get, and this is, I'm going to ask you as a man, as a guy who, if that's my job, and I epic failed at it that bad. I'm already ordering a Pods. They're putting my shit in it. I'm loading it in a truck, and I'm out of Texas. I'm gone.
Pods does not advertise with this podcast.
Whatever.
Although Pods
You-
would be a perfect ad for the podcast.
Wow.
Hey now.
Hey guys.
Speaking of ads,
Except I don't want a free pod to do the ad because I have nowhere to put it.
And if you don't need it, what are you gonna?
Yeah.
You can't test it out.
It could be
Let me move some
your-
stuff in and then take it out.
Go to your pod.
I get
Yeah,
it.
there you
It
go.
could be an ADU. We could actually rent it. We can actually put
For
a small
homeless
bed in
people.
it. Yeah.
Exactly. Speaking of ads, this episode is brought to you by I'm a bodybuilder.
Fitbod?
Yeah, go ahead. Because
Oh.
you've had an even new excitement about Fitbod.
So can I explain? So Fitbod, I've been using it. I'm enjoying it. I'm doing my workouts on it, and it's been fine. I didn't realize. I'm like, how come it said sign up for the exclusive thing? And I'm like, what, the exclusive thing? And I thought I'd signed up for it. I went back into my thing. I guess I had started the process, but I hadn't finished it. I finished the process. It opened up the entire thing, and now I did workout. I did a workout yesterday. I did 9 different exercises, 3 sets apiece. It actually did track my calories, what I should be doing, how many pounds per exercise that I lifted, the time it took. It was one of the best workouts I've had in a long time. As I will say this, I walked into the kitchen and you go, wow, your chest is all swole. Why are you
I
getting all
said
swole?
your pecs is swole. Thinking that he would be like, shut up. And he was like, yeah, all right. And then he said, feel that. And my sister
What
and I
else
were
is
both
swole?
like, ooh.
Yeah, exactly.
because-
That's right.
Let's see a little bicep.
No, I'm not
Bicepical.
showing everybody.
Cool.
No, that's for
Bicepical.
you, baby. It's for you.
Well, I'm sure you guys can see them bulging through that t-shirt. Yeah, I bet you can't. Oh, wow. How do you even fit in the frame of that
The old
camera?
put the hands behind it and push them out there.
I used to do that with my boobs
I will
before
say
I got
this.
them
It
fixed.
gives Fitbod gives you a workout that you get to plan it. And there was a couple exercises.
Custom dynamic program. So it's custom for you as you have really
Well,
figured
here's what
out.
I did though. So like I did buys, tries, and abs yesterday. And then what I did, and then it was a couple
you
of
chose
exercises.
that.
Yes, I chose that in the thing, and then it put it in, and then I went down the list of workouts. It gives you 3 supersets, and then it gives you a bonus of 2 exercises. So I went through them, and then I was like, I don't like that exercise. I did those last time, and I went to. You can go down to the bottom. It says change, replace it. So I went in, replace it. It gives you a menu of all these ab exercises that you could replace it with. I replaced it with one that I hadn't been doing for obliques.
I love
and put
that
it in.
because you forget about
Yes.
exercises and then you're like, oh, I used to do that all
Yes.
the time when I was
Yep.
swole.
So guys, this is a
You have an opportunity to crush your summer fitness goals,
Yeah.
like Mr. Titus is. You get personalized workouts from Fitbod. It improves as you do, so it grows with you. And you build on your last workouts. You can get 25% off of your subscription or try out the app for free when you sign up now at fitbod.me/Titus. That's 25% off your subscription or try it for free at fitbod.me/Titus.
So that's what I had done. I'd signed up and tried it for free. But if you just pay the one, it's and you get 25% off.
yeah,
It's,
it's
like
really
less
super
than half
cheap
of a training thing. And so when
for the whole year.
I signed up for it, and now it just went. It just opened up all this extra stuff. Just buy it. It's really. I'm not bullshitting. It's good.
He never bullshits, unfortunately.
For it. He knows that.
We wish you would sometimes.
No one does. No one wishes I would.
Yes, we do.
No one wishes I would.
We do. Carry on.
Carry on.
Speaking of not using Fitbod, Uvalde cops and
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. No shit. Could we get the Uvalde cops? The new guys. Don't you think they should just fire everybody? I mean, that one guy is out now, right?
Such a weird situation because, yeah, how do you fire everybody? Because then you have nobody.
Do you know it's 40% of the town's budget? The police force takes 40% of the budget, and that's the job
Well,
they did?
as your brother-in-law was saying today, also Texas has specific police force for the unified school districts, which is what Arredondo was. He
Right.
was the chief, not of police, but of the school police, right? and then went to city council in a weird sideways slippery.
But my question is, I wonder if cops that weren't cops or they retired from the police force go to the school police because it's not going to be a problem. And yet in America currently right now,
It's a problem.
if you lived in America in the last 15, 20 years, it's a problem. There's going to be a problem at the school eventually. So why would you? And if you look at the video, man, every single one of the cops, like I wouldn't trust them to pull me out of a building, a burning car, nothing.
First of all, any company that has video of all their employees not doing their job for like an hour.
Yeah.
When
when
the
it really
heads roll-
needed. No, it's not even that. As the company's burning to the ground,
Yes,
they didn't do
stand
their
around
job
and didn't use the water faucet.
Yeah,
but-
yeah. That were holding. They all had hoses and didn't put the fire out. Those guys don't get to keep their job. That's how that works. Exactly.
January 6th hearing, is the one tomorrow still happening?
No, they canceled it.
I look forward to those, like my favorite, true crime show.
They are unraveling a crime, and as you said, Liz Cheney is a gangster. I'm like,
I said yesterday, I go, damn, she's a gangster. And he was like, I hope you know, he was very political, Dennis. I hope you know that she voted, she said that Democrats are killing babies after they're born. And I was like, I didn't say I liked her. I said she's
totally
a gangster.
That for sure.
So,
by the way, she is many platform positions that she has said are so far right that maybe. Yeah, she's okay. She can speak English, which in the Republican Party is a bar that they have not set for a while. But the reality is that she is also a bad person.
I know that.
But she loves America, so I can live with
So at the end of every hearing, she throws down some crazy thing. It's like such a political mic drop. So she did that Pat Cipollone ending on the last
They did
one.
it like, you're right, they did it like a series.
Now, what did she say
did a
yesterday
cliffhanger.
at the end?
She said, by the way, before we go, I want everybody to know that there's a witness that you have not seen yet. That President Trump called
Directly.
Witness
tampering.
And we'll be right back.
And then she goes,
Netflix.
that we have that
Previously
witness.
on testimony.
Then
On the
she said
January 6th
that
committee.
witness, instead of answering the call, notified his or her attorney who notified us. And we want everyone to know that we have referred this crime to the DOJ and something else. But I was like, okay, hold on, right? There's a witness we don't know about yet. That witness is was close enough to Trump that he has their personal cell phone. He called directly.
So I started doing this yesterday. Pence, maybe? Because Pence hasn't said he would, and he said he wouldn't.
Crazy.
Pence, who else? Meadows?
We were totally talking about this like it's a game show.
I know.
Yeah. Ding,
Who's it gonna be?
You know what's going on too long.
Well, who would it be, though? Well, I think it has to be. I also think the Democrats are doing something I didn't think they had the smarts to do, which is they are dragging it out to a point where November is coming, the midterms.
Oh, yeah,
like,
totally.
They said
Yep.
they've swung some of the polls. I wish the news would stop going after Biden, though. They said inflation went up now again. June,
9.1%.
Yeah, but it's still going. But
gas prices are going down.
Yes.
Oh, I did want to talk about the January 6th hearings. That's why I segued into
going.
that. But we'll go back to that. Gas prices are going down, which Fox News has been complaining about nonstop. Yesterday,
Because
Fox
it's bad
News,
for the small mom and pop gas stations. Gas
No,
prices are
wait.
dropping too fast, so it's bad.
They were
for the mom
complaining
and
nonstop. Yeah. Okay.
Calm down.
one is it?
But you're bleeding out your ear. You're bleeding out your ear because they said that. Yeah, it's insane. So you can't win. What I wish we'd get back to, and then again, when I was doing, I did an Armageddon update that I pre-taped for Scotland. That's kind of a universal one, and it was about staying in my lane. And I went through political comedians, and I went through Mark Twain, and I went through Will Rogers and Carlin. And Will Rogers in the 30s and Mark Twain in the 1800s were saying the exact same shit that we're saying about Congress today.
Well, it's crazy
They're
because
saying the exact shit.
yesterday when you said that you were going to write an Armageddon update about staying in my lane, my sister was very confused. She was like, do people tell you that you can't say your political opinion?
Yes.
And we were like, it's you people. It's your people.
On every piece of content that we put out.
Yeah, and then you and I
You
kind of went
you should
off.
sent her to the comment sections of the
You
YouTube
and I
channel.
kind of went off like, yeah, and those are the same people that support Donald Trump, the reality star. Ronald Reagan is their white Jesus.
Sonny Bono, who was
they
a
voted
Republican.
for Dr. Oz. They want what's his dipshit brain-addled name, Herschel Walker.
Nugent.
Yeah, Herschel Walker, who's a CTE infused football player.
Yeah, so
CTE infused.
Yeah, he got infused over the years, getting run into. But I may have a little bit too.
it did get a little uncomfortable as we kept ranting about that, though. Everybody was like,
Oh, I said to I said, as a joke, he burst out laughing. Just I said something to him today. He burst out laughing.
what?
He goes, "Oh, we're gonna go do this." I go, "Hope you made some contacts here when because he did some work while he was here too."
Yeah.
And I go, contact all those people that are gonna help destroy the country. And he burst out laughing.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it was good. I thought he didn't turn around and get mad at me. It was good. That's fine.
My sister said he's used to it. She goes, he's used to dealing with people hating him and disagreeing with him. He's fine. I was
And
like, oh,
that's
good.
not a clear. It's not a clear indication.
What?
He's used to people hating him for his.
Yeah, that's not the best thing. Yeah.
Well, I think everybody hates each other now. It's very polarized. Takeaways from yesterday's hearing. What do you think? I looked up
we kind of
some high
we had
points.
family, so it was kind of in and out of it. I thought I really
We had to go to the doctor.
I thought that the guy from the Oath Keepers or the Proud Boys or Oath Keepers should have dressed up. One guy
Was that the guy with the jean jacket?
Yeah, the jean jacket.
It's not a podcast.
It's not a podcast or just a call-in fucking radio with no video,
You
dude.
just roll up on your
That's what
motorcycle.
I said. I said I love it when the guy wears his best jean jacket and a Motley Crue T-shirt for the meeting Congress. And then he went on this weird rant where he was like, I saw that day the country could come apart, and this was the beginning. This could have been the beginning of the end of the country. Like, dude, you were there and part of it. You helped promote these guys for years. I just saw a guy with a shovel trying to dig out of a hole. He's just trying to fill that hole with dirt. The other guy wore a suit at least. They go, what did you think about? Oh, do you believe that in the big lie now? And he goes, not so much anymore. Not so much anymore? He goes, I did my own research. And he goes, and I figured at one point, I thought, well,
he did say
there's no way that there's no way to make a conspiracy that big. There's no way
it was impossible. When he said that, I was like, right. He was like, to get all those people
together
to agree and all these
and no evidence.
It's not. I was like, exactly.
He's getting a little into logic. Okay, that's good.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, but he just put his toe in. He didn't just dive in. He's like, oh, the right answer's there. He's like,
Not the 65, legal cases that have been brought about.
He did mention that.
Oh, he
said
did?
in all
Oh.
those court cases.
Okay.
By the way, everybody, it's the Norco.
Yeah, that's what it's called, apparently. He gave me Percocet at first, and I was like, that no worky. That
That's
was
the
one
narco.
day that I was...
No worky, ow. Yeah, that's
That
what
was a bad day. And so Daddy called the sugar doctor and got whatever this is. And then yesterday he doubled my dose. So here we are. Or not. Maybe I'm not. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
You guys can tell me later.
What color do you hear?
Goes 12.
Good answer.
ButcherBox goes perfectly with Fitbod because it's so important. This was one of the biggest things that was drilled into me when I was training for fitness shows is that it's like the easiest way to lose weight is to up your protein. Track your macros, up your protein.
Cut your carbs and your sugars.
Well,
But-
and that's why you would track those macros. But the protein was the most important thing. And I was having 5 to 7 meals a day, depending on what division I was in. And it was
Specific amount of protein.
chicken,
Chicken,
lean fish, steak, all this stuff you can get from here. It's a great time because it's summertime as well. My sister was cooking for me every day and kind of running the household. She goes, this is the easiest household to run. And I said, why? And she goes, because you have everything. She goes, I go shopping in your garage. And she goes, I open the freezer door and she goes, it was all the ButcherBox stuff.
Yeah, the ButcherBox is
And she goes, and there's so many different things I could just look and go, oh, I'll get this hamburger or whatever, and then go look up what I can make with that.
Do
And
they
so
not know we're at the beginning of a world war and that you and I are getting ready for Armageddon?
I
and stuff?
told
Do
her
they
that
not-
like probably 15 times while she was here.
Like,
I just kept saying Armageddon.
because of the
Armageddon.
podcast, we really keep up on stuff, and there's some weird shit that's going on that we should probably pay attention to. And that's
Yeah.
why we use ButcherBox.
She made a vegetable soup with that
great,
mean
yeah.
hamburger. That was really good. She made chicken while you were gone on a salad. That was awesome. And she commented several times on how good this is. Do you want to answer that?
Who is
it
this?
might be a doctor. I don't know.
Hello? A facility pest control. Hey, can we call you back? We're in the middle of a broadcast right now.
I'll call
Are you guys
her.
coming? Are you guys coming? We'll call you right back, okay? All right, bye. She was like, "Why'd you answer the phone, moron?"
Yeah, I know.
Because my wife told me to.
I thought it might be the doctor. So anyway, my sister commented on how good this was, and she was saying, well, I got to get that too. And so she took pictures of stuff for when she goes back to start ordering. So you get 100% grass-fed beef, free-range organic chicken, pork raised crate-free, and wild-caught seafood. And the value's insane. It's like on average less than
But
$6
we haven't had
per
anything,
meal.
You know, and you know me, like you said, I'm very honest. If anything was off or bad, every time we have a meal made with ButcherBox, it is awesome.
Yeah.
And I will say this: I up my protein. I want to lose weight for Scotland. I up my protein using the stuff we have, and honestly,
And your
I dropped 4.5 pounds.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh nice.
And I didn't up my wine. Last night I did, but that was that was the last night with family.
Yeah, my sister just brought it to you. My sister's a pusher. So you can get your summer grilling started with this special ButcherBox deal for you guys. You get free this deal's insane. Free bacon for the entire life of your membership plus $10 off. $10 off. I almost said percent, but it's dollars. Sign up today at butcherbox.com/Titus. Use promo code Titus to get one pack. They're big. We have them of one pack of free bacon in every box for the life of your membership plus $10 off your first order. That's butcherbox.com/Titus. Promo code Titus.
And also with things going up, the
It's
prices
nitrate
going
free
up and stuff,
bacon, too.
it's just it does undercut the stores. It is cheaper,
And you don't have to drive to get it. It's a subscription. So it comes to you how and when you want it. You pick what goes in it, or they can pick. It's up to you. But you don't have to drive and pay for gas or anything. It's pretty genius. Just saying.
What else are we looking at the news? COVID's rocking again.
Oh, let's go back. So
you
the
wanna talk about this?
takeaways. I just wanted because I don't remember, even though I watched it. Who am I?
Pain medication.
That's all of us.
A lot of
That's
pain.
not
Yeah,
just-
yeah.
There's so much though. It's just so much happening. So I thought my favorite takeaway was that they have referred a case that Trump personally called this witness, and the witness is so done with him that they called their attorney
But isn't
with
that
the voicemail.
Shouldn't they have hit record and picked up the phone? Because now all they can say is, "I never called them." Well, I guess they
Well,
can.
we have proof.
they can track the
phone
phone
records and
records.
or voicemail.
All right.
What would Donald Trump's voicemail be to someone?
Hello, I didn't hear a beep. Is there a beep? I don't know.
How do you do this?
By the way, my answer machine's best beeps you've ever heard. So, hey, I hear you're gonna go to the thing and talk to the people about the stuff. So,
Bigly?
don't do anything bigly or stupidly, because it would be wrong. You know, it was a hoax, right? Boop. Am I
Oh
done?
shit.
Ivanka, quiet down back there.
So the first takeaway that Trump tweet actually mobilized the crowd for January 6th. On December 19th, early in the morning, that was when he tweeted the "Will Be Wild," be there with the date, January 6th, be there, will be wild. They then showed these podcast hosts, right-wing and conservative journalists,
Crazy amping people
podcast
up.
commentators the next day, and they just back to back to back to back to
Just kinda
back,
chiming in, also
Screaming.
cheering for it.
like, this is going down. Trump has called us on, and
It's gonna be the fucking red wedding, man, all up in the Capitol. And then he had seditious Sammy Davis Jr., Ali Alexander was there. He spoke, and you know it's weird. the arrogance of these guys. I'm watching the video, I'm watching everybody talking, and I realize you guys actually believed that they were going to overthrow the country. They actually bought it. They thought they all had this thing, we're going to take over the Capitol.
And it was all those clips that they showed had violence. This guy,
but they were going to, they thought they were going to get rid of the 2 and 3.
Bracken, right-wing commentator, said in one of the clips they played, we know the rules of engagement. If you have enough people, you can push down any kind of fence or a wall.
But I'm just saying that they thought they were going to kill Pence, which is second in charge, and then we're going to kill Pelosi, and that would be third in charge. So who's next? McConnell. So if they got rid of those two, McConnell would have done what Trump wanted. That's what they thought. McConnell, the second it didn't work out, though, he bailed pretty quick.
His wife quit too.
Yeah, Chow quit. Yeah, but here's how dumb. Listen, smart people have they think things through, and we're a little more worried about what's going to go wrong. We think about what can go wrong. These fuckers, they thought they were going to take the country over
because they had the president of the United States of America on their side. That's why a lot of them are so disillusioned and mad now, because they feel like he abandoned them because he said, "I got you."
They had this president.
Person, woman, man, camera, TV.
He
That's
didn't
who
do it
they
that
had.
fast.
Yeah, he did.
Person, woman, man, camera, TV.
Still a little.
And
too
by
fast.
the way, if you do it again, if you do
You
it
get
twice,
bonus
you
points.
get extra points.
What? I've never laughed. I laughed so hard I had to put the video
New
up.
evidence showed plans to go to the Capitol. They presented new evidence that Trump and his allies had more extensive plans than we had ever known for January 6th for him and his supporters. He planned on being there himself. He had a tweet drafted which he saw that called on his supporters to march to the Capitol immediately after his speech.
Instead, he just said it in the speech. We're going to go down
to the
to
Capitol.
the Capitol. He turned into Jerry Lewis. We're going to the Capitol now. Everybody go. It's going to be wild.
The Oval Office clash, that epic fight that we have
That's coming
just
out.
Starting to hear about, where
Yeah.
there was full-blown screaming
The guy with the panda bear thing, the guy that you
Hirschman.
like, with
Love that guy.
Hirschman with justice on. He's
on
going
a
to bet this
baseball
is
bat.
justice.
It's a total Trump lawyer, of course.
yeah. Okay.
This guy, every time they go to him, it's basically they're
It's a
fucking
mobster.
idiots. I told him they're
Yeah.
fucking idiots.
Yes.
What are you, stupid? I love that guy.
He goes, I'm sitting there, right? And Flynn starts yelling at me, calling me a pussy, whatever he's calling me. And I finally just said, hey, man, if you're going to keep yelling at you, might as well just come over. We want to do this? And I'm like, this is happening in the Oval Office. And then Sydney, Powell. Like, there's a weird quote. They keep using it
So
where
what
she...
happened was Cipollone and Hirschman.
Well, let me just say about her. Did you see her drinking the Dr. Pepper thing?
Two factions,
She's a
though.
labor
Explain that. So,
okay, so there was Team Normal, which, by the way,
Which they called-
you're in the Trump administration. You're not
Yeah,
Team
you're not.
Normal.
Yeah,
You're already
exactly.
there.
I'm thinking that.
But then there was Team Super Abnormal, and these guys. It was
Rudy?
Julian. It was Rudy,
Jenna Ellis, Sidney
Jenna
Powell,
Ellis, Sidney Powell,
Mike Flynn,
and the pillow guy.
and the pillow guy. Oh, and the Overstock guy,
Oh,
right?
and then the guy, and then one of the guys that they're interviewing, one guy
Cipollone.
goes, Cipollone, he goes, you know what? He goes, there's a guy from Overstock.com there who I don't even know. Like, so Trump was like, yeah, how sad were you? Like,
You know what we need to get some people from some .coms in here. You know why? Dude, we're gonna tear down democracy. We need the Overstock guy because they're gonna have a lot of extra shit to sell.
like, why was the Overstock guy there?
And Wish.com and
Or
HarborFreight.com.
the pillow guy.
and-
We've come to accept that the pillow guy Harbor Freight. We've come to accept that the pillow guy's supposed to be there, but the pillow guy's not supposed to be there. He's an ex-crack addict. Jenna Ellis let Rudy fart on her in court and said nothing about it. She just did this.
That was another gift from heaven.
Rudy, actually, and then we have Rudy Giuliani, the guy who supposedly was, America's mayor after 9/11.
Leaky hair dye guy.
Seago says in his deposition, he goes, I said they were cowards. All right. Well, I really said was they were pussies. Dude, you're a grown like you're testifying to Congress. Like,
So we haven't even gotten to see all of Pat Cipollone's testimony. We just saw some short clips, but they said that he gave them everything that they had hoped for. This was his attorney who was there for all of it.
but my question is this. all this aside, all the craziness aside, we're talking about it like it's normal testimony. We're talking about it like this crazy group of this fucking clown car of morons came in and was like, here's what we're gonna do. We're not gonna Pence isn't gonna help us. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna actually go call all the swing states and we're gonna get them to give us more votes. Then we're not gonna certify the election.
They're gonna seize the voting machines.
They're gonna seize the voting machines. That's some shit that happens in Brazil in the darkest
That was
recesses of
testified
a
to.
third world African dictatorship. And he had the balls to call them shithole countries?
Use the military to
Bro.
seize voting machines from
They were
all the
gonna-
states.
An outrageous, sloppy coup. What this is?
But
What
it
this
would-
is?
but-
And they play.
What the fuck did they think was going to happen? That 300 million of us were just going to sit around? Did they just think that it wasn't going to
What
happen?
is the phrase about, something about before every successful coup?
There's an answer. Yeah, well, it's Hitler, and there was the beer hot push, and then
It's basically practice. They figured out what to do, what not to do.
Oh, it ain't gonna happen. I mean, dude, there's so many.
Oh,
there's
yeah,
more of us
Yeah,
than
yeah,
there
yeah.
is of these crazy fuckers. There's more, and we're gonna be like, okay, all right, this is how this is going down. This ain't going down like this. I don't understand the level, and I keep saying this: the level of arrogance mixed with stupidity and narcissism that it took for this guy to believe this dumb motherfucker who actually poured champagne in on a as you always say, in a hood ornament in a porno. The guy who couldn't sell water, steak, or vodka. This guy's gonna take over
He's
America.
the boob. Donnie the boob.
He's
We've been
a
making
boob.
fun of him
He's a fucking
forever.
boob. Like, and then he had this clown car of morons. It's like you couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Myers could not have written a funnier
Mm-hmm.
bunch of fuck ups than these guys in the White House, and yet they got close. They had Josh Hawley. They had some of these guys in Congress. Remember, they listed the people they listed a bunch of people that asked for pardons. It's exactly who you think. It's exactly who you think.
It's all coming out. By the
Green
way, if
Gates.
you need to tune out this horrible world or hear us a little bit better, this episode brought to you by Logitech UE Fits headphones. These we decided to get for our friend who has
Bluetooth
everything.
headphones, wireless that fit perfectly and don't fall out when you run.
Well, we have a friend who has everything,
Mm-hmm.
and he has all the money to buy whatever he needs, and he does. And so we decided this is like one of those gifts that people are so surprised by and impressed by, and they're like, how do I not know about this?
Right.
I've been using those
They don't know
other
that they need it.
headphones.
Right.
It's insane. It is. You once you go, it's not. You never go back. It doesn't make sense, that phrase I was about to use. But
Once you go UE Fits, everything else is
Shits.
Thank you.
oh, okay, all right.
We're on a team.
Thank you.
By the way, if you want your advertising handle at the Titus with Combustion Films, we're on.
Thank you. So you guys, most of you know, we've been talking about these for a long time, that you open the package when you're ready to set them up.
Package is light sensitive. It's
Yeah.
dark ass. No.
Welcome to the future.
And they say, don't open these till you're ready to do them.
Light form
Yeah.
technology.
Put them on, turn them on. You put the app on your phone, turn them on. They heat up. They fit to your ear
And the
perfectly.
lights flash. It's
Yeah.
very cool. And then when you are done and you pull them out, it's your ear print
Yeah.
that it fits exactly. So when you put them in, they don't move.
Right.
They don't fall out.
Nope.
They don't hurt. The other ones hurt my ears so bad, because also the sound on the other ones was so bad that I was constantly pressing
Because
it
they
in
come
harder.
out, because they flip out. These stay in your ear and it never changes.
Well,
That's
the
what's
other ones
awesome.
I figured out if you just held them really tightly like this
But
on
what's
a
the
flight.
point of
And then work out with your elbow.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah. They used to have a band that stuck them in like that. Yeah.
So, and then your ear holes hurt. These are amazing. You got to try them for the people who have everything, or people that need good headphones. 8 hours of continuous playback on a single charge, and up to 20 hours they've got the charging case. And excellent sound. And
Yeah,
you
they're
can
great.
do the EQ on the app and make it exactly how
that's
you
what
want
I
it.
do with my phone. Like that's what I'm always on the EQ, like messing with it. And there's like a bass boost and all kinds of stuff. It's really cool.
So if you want to try them, you'll love them as much as we do. But if you don't, they're going to offer you a 30-day money-back guarantee. Plus, they will give you free shipping, free returns, which you won't do, and a 1-year warranty. If you want to try them out, you can go to ue.com/fits and use promo code Titus to get your pair of UE Fits. That's ue.com/fits, FITS Use promo code Titus.
Do me a favor, bring up COVID news. They just approved a new vaccine. They just today an emergency vaccine. Nova company, Novichok,
Yeah.
not Novichok. That's the one that killed. That's almost killed Uvalde. Hey, wait a minute.
Right. That's why I was like,
Go to the
yeah,
Novichok vaccine. What?
I
can't-
recognize that word.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Novartis.
Bless you.
Excuse me. What color
Novavax.
is Novavax? Right.
It's a new alternative to mRNA COVID-19 vaccines, so it's going to get rid of that right-wing excuse about the mRNA crap, which is bullshit anyway. It says 10% of American adults have yet to receive at least one dose of any other shot, and all 100% of those are my family.
Yeah, me too. Wait, 10% of people in America haven't got it, so that means there's 33 million
Says 10%
people.
of American adults. Yeah.
How, after this point,
Yeah,
like,
right,
how
exactly.
How are we
But
still?
some of the other
you know
ones-
what? Maybe that's a 10%.
Some of those other ones only got one.
Sorry to be a dick, but maybe those are the 10% we don't need. If you don't like, they're going to do a booster, and Fauci came out and said something today too. I didn't see what Fauci
They
said.
said, well, first of all, it's not formally recommended by the CDC yet, so they're not quite available. But they think that could be as early as next Tuesday when they meet. This would be your fourth option for a COVID-19 situation.
I've had two.
FDA has given emergency use authorization to Novavax's COVID-19 vaccine. There is a video of Fauci, but I can't watch it because we're on air.
10%. What's the herd immunity number? I think we're in that range, right?
It doesn't seem like that's really going to happen, does it?
Well,
But
at
just
all.
numbers wise.
I think so. So here's the thing about COVID. If COVID was manufactured in a lab and it got out of Wuhan, I actually don't believe the Chinese tried to kill the planet because they screwed themselves if they did. But whatever this thing does, it keeps bypassing. They keep saying you need a new booster, you need a new this. So whatever this does, it mutates enough to where it goes past the vaccine, and that's the problem we're having.
Yeah.
Whereas polio was polio, but the problem
Like I can't get a vaccine that's going to make me immune
100%
to
right.
yeah.
Well, if we all did it at the same time, it would die off.
This vaccine, yeah, that's not going to happen. This vaccine, sorry, it's probably my family's fault, is protein based, just like the Hep B and pertussis vaccines that everybody gets. Teaches the
So it's
immune
old school.
system how to spot the virus and fight it off. See, this is CNN Health, and they say about 1 in 3 Americans has still not been vaccinated against COVID, more than
That's a lot
100
different
million
than
people.
10%.
But that was CBS News, but CBS News did differentiate and say that 10% had not had at least one shot. So I wonder if that's what the discrepancy is. If they're saying
Because that's
CNN
that's
Health
a
is saying
third.
these people have not been vaccinated.
Because
So
if it's at a third, that means we're only at 6. I think we're at 72%.
this CNN Health says more than 100 million people have not done
That's a
anything.
third. Shit.
So Novavax is saying that they believe that some portion of those 100 million people have been waiting for this vaccine. So it's going to be available soon.
Yeah, and they're going to shoot a protein into you.
Get on
In
that.
the meantime, monkeypox is going to get you.
No, monkeypox is sexually transmitted. I guess.
Fauci admits that COVID-19 vaccines do not protect, quote, overly well against infection. No shit.
Now, Fauci, now, what does that mean?
I will say, though, that when you had it and I most likely had it, we were fine. And
I had 2 days of punky feeling.
when
I
my
felt
sister got it,
28 days.
unvaxxed, it was 30 days total that they were stuck in their home. Literally 30 days, up and down, a roller coaster of symptoms that kept changing every week. We had some real
he
scares, like hospital
And
scares.
he lost his taste and his smell for a long time.
Yeah, so I'll take that any
And
day.
Grandma Jean had it.
She was
But she was
fine.
vaxxed.
She was
Remember,
88.
She was 88,
days.
and
Yeah.
yeah, 2 days. Yeah. Yep.
So
She's like, I feel bad.
she said the other day she needs to go get her booster. I need
Yeah.
to go get that booster because she's the one telling me that the numbers are raging in California. Because I had to get a COVID. So I was having allergy stuff right before my surgery. I was like, oh no, because I had gone to a get together with all my vaxxed girlfriends on
Everybody was
Sunday.
vaxxed.
Yeah. And because I hang out with smart people mostly. And so I started having postnasal drip last Wednesday. Did you have that really bad last
Yep.
week?
Yep.
Sore throat, which makes you cough. And I had to take a PCR test, and I took it in, and I told the nurse, I go, I promise I don't have COVID. And she was like, it's fine. Everybody's got allergy stuff right now. Well, then one of my friends tested positive for COVID, and I was just like, oh shit. But it turned out it wasn't it.
So I did, by the way, Jimmy Pardo's podcast, which is really great, Never Not Funny. It's been around he was like one of the first guys to do podcasts in like 06, 07. Just so you know, I did it this weekend, and they made me test, so I am clear of COVID as of Monday. And I, you know what? I went back to I wear my mask full time now. I'm just done.
Yeah, same.
I'm just not even. You know what, man? It's not gonna. It doesn't
also
seem to be stopping.
monkeypox.
Yeah, they said it's
But monkeypox,
it can be passed through the air.
That's what Dr. Ding said.
Yeah.
So,
but no one's backing that up yet. But we should have Ding on.
You know what?
we should have him on.
Yeah,
better
yeah,
job. He's gonna wear it.
That's good. You know what? That's not backed up. I'm gonna roll those dice. Yeah.
Although I read,
I'm being the people I make fun of. Great.
someone that follows me on Twitter was posting about their friend that got it, and she cleans Airbnbs,
Right.
and got it, they think, from the sheets in the Airbnb on her arms, and the whole. And I went and read this whole article.
That's
about
all she got
how,
from that.
how cleaning people are really at risk. I had a talk with Rosa because she needs to wear long sleeves and gloves. You know, I mean, not at
Like a
my
hazmat
house,
suit.
obviously, but
That would be the way to do it. But even you can take the gloves off. Then, I mean, there's always.
I don't want that. I don't want that.
Well,
disease.
isn't monkeypox sexually transmitted though? Isn't it?
It definitely is. And that's there was an article that came out last week that said that it's raging through the LGBTQ plus community in California right now, that it's really having its way in that community. So
I love that they're
everybody
just
be
being
careful.
responsible. I love they're being responsible. It's great.
What? This episode, speaking of being responsible, is brought to you by Sunday Lawn Care. That's only responsible people.
We are
take care of their
we are
yards.
involved with Sunday. We are involved. And,
The boonies love it.
The boonies love it. And we may have lost a boonie this week though. Maybe we're not sure. Remember?
Oh,
But
I thought you meant another.
But the lawn, and then we just installed drought.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you did it. Oh, with like some cacti.
No, not that stuff
we
yet.
got the sprinkler.
Oh, I
Just
forgot. I got
sand.
approved for that. So I told you guys, you got to go on your utility website. Everything they're doing it. They're giving you everything for free. So, free Magister over here. I found out that they would give you
Free
new
Magister.
sprinkler timers. We have 2, and they're eco water.
I can actually run into my phone. They're hooked to
saving-
their Wi-Fi.
They're Wi-Fi, so you can control them with the app. So while we're in Scotland, we can sprinkle or not sprinkle, to sprinkle or not to sprinkle.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said that.
By
Sorry.
the way, I'm watering my lawn right now.
So it's free. The guy came, installed 2. They're $200 each. LADWP pays for it. So that is our next level of our lawn care for Sunday.
Problem is that we Lake Mead is almost empty, and we're losing so much water from the Colorado River. Like they said that the Hoover Dam, if it drops another 100 feet, we're screwed. So
Just think if they just get all the bodies out of Lake Mead, how much lower
Yeah,
it's
it's
going to
gonna
go.
go, right.
Because
God,
already
yeah,
that's just
no.
Yep.
making it.
in fact, they need to start adding bodies so we can
Exactly.
actually raise the level
Bring
of
it
it. Yeah, maybe it's all these dumb people that won't get the COVID vaccine.
The other thing is that most
Well, I
lawn
was just talking
care.
about Sunday with drought. I was going to say that because we're having such drought and it's coming, that Sunday now is kind of giving us, like, we have the right plan now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas my dad's is different because he's having rain coming out his arse. But the other thing I love about it is that traditional lawn care uses like 90 million pounds of pesticide a year, which is really bad for the environment.
And the
It's
dogs.
also what's killing bees.
Yeah.
So, I'm still on that bee kick. The bees are here though.
The
by
bees showed
way.
up.
The bees have arrived. And they're kind of getting annoying.
Yeah, it was almost as if we put out a call and they heard it.
Yeah.
We remember we had no bees, now we got bees.
They heard the podcast. Even the bees listen. And it's healthy for your kids and your pets too. And so I love that. I love that it's natural products that you don't have to worry about, even for yourself when you're barefoot in your lawn, grounding like people in LA do. It's called grounding when you take your shoes off and put your feet in the grass.
Interesting.
You can feel the earth's vibration.
Dude, okay, so I thought this...
So go ahead. So
Finish this.
Sunday is offering our listeners 20% off on plan that really works. Full season plans start at just $129, and you get 20% off of that at checkout. And that's for the whole season plan. When you visit getsunday.com/Titus, that's 20% off your custom plan at getsunday.com/Titus.
Really works. So the grounding thing. I have to be honest. So mom and Ray went to this Ojai Healing Center, and they learned about grounding, where you walk in the grass on your feet and you just chill out and it basically connects you to the earth and blah blah blah. And it's California. I get it. It's California sounding. Blah, woo-hoo. So we were somewhere, and I was walking in the grass, and I was like, I feel just calm.
You feel better.
It was weird.
Yeah.
What is that? It's like
I don't want to name it. Just go outside. Just be outside.
Just
and walk
try
barefoot.
it.
But
Just
it
try
was, but it felt like I was connected to the earth. Like everything was just solid. And so, guys, just take your shoes off. Go walk through some grass. There you go. That's it. The way the world is chaos right now.
I'm doing my grounding today.
Yeah, don't say that. You're gonna people are gonna hate you. Don't say that. Just go. I just want to chill
Nobody's
out.
going to want to do it.
Yeah.
After 2 weeks at the Holistic Healing Center, I was totally like that. I was like, you need to come and stand in the grass.
You center your mind.
And he was like, what is happening to you? I was like,
You
"Don't
need to come
question
home
it."
now. There's pain and suffering here that we need to deal with.
I was so happy for a brief time.
Anything else in the news?
Yeah, I have to go get a CT scan.
I know I don't mean personal news.
Oh,
So the next hearing is next week, I think. I hope they do this. They keep saying that the last one's coming up, and then they say they're going to do 2 more. I think that they should keep doing these all the way through the summer, because people, if they stop now, when the midterms come up, they'll forget. And can we please stop? Today, Chuck Todd's talking about Biden
He's an idiot.
on the way over, and he's like, yeah, well, he didn't know that that inflation was going to go high. Maybe, they said in December, that was how many months ago, that inflation wasn't going higher. And the lady goes, well, Putin attacked Ukraine, and then the Saudis refused to increase oil production based on what Trump said. He's like, yeah, but they should have known. And I just want to go, like, here's what the news doesn't understand. We almost had our country taken over, and we got a bunch of people that still want to do it, to the point where they're actually putting secretaries of states in all the states that are going to basically decide what the election's going to be. Doesn't matter if Biden wins. They're going to say, well, our electors are going to give them to Trump. And how the fuck in this country is a guy who we saw try to overthrow the government? They're talking like he's going to run in 24, like there's no big deal. Like, how
Chuck
is
Todd
that?
said something last week
How is that possible?
about how it would be the worst thing for the country ever if they try and prosecute Trump. And I wish Chuck, when does he go away? Doesn't he have an expiration date or something?
He's a douchebag. Chuck Todd's a douchebag. I think he's Chuck Todd. If you're watching this or you're here, this or someone tells you that you're a douchebag, that some weird podcast with only 200,000 subscribers calls you a douchebag. You're a douchebag. I don't get this. If we're supposed to be a rule of law country, right? We're supposed to be we're all the same, right? Like we are people's representatives. Well, that's not like that anymore. We currently have a monarchy running our government. We have if the president can't be prosecuted for any crime, that means he's a king. You know, if Pelosi can, if all these guys in Congress and the Senate they can just insider trade whenever they want, but we can't. That's a monarchy. That's an oligarchy. We are just as bad as Russia. We just have better TV reception. We have more cable channels. It seems. So if they don't, we look. We've all seen it. The man has basically committed crimes. Yeah, he's sedition. It's treason, and the Oath Keepers that were helping him have already been charged with that. There's 2 of them. Yep. So if they don't arrest this guy. I think they're overthinking it. They're doing what you do. They're overthinking. No, he committed a crime. We're going down. And someone said, oh, yeah, but that's what other countries do. They arrest the political party. We're not arresting a political party. We're arresting a guy that tried to overthrow the government. And
the people in politics that helped him.
Right.
Tried to help him do that.
But
yes.
And I'm hearing a lot of this both sides. It's both sides. Fuck off. It is not both sides. One side wants to take your vote away and wants to take away how you vote, how you file your vote. They want to kill mail-in voting. And the other side wants to get you health care. It's not the same.
Well, there are assholes on the left too.
I'm not saying there are not, man. I love what I like, and I've never seen the Democratic Party eats itself. I've never seen.
Yeah,
it's like
what
we
was
want
that?
our you guys our little piece that you guys aren't approaching right now. We're not going to vote for your big piece that helps more people because we're not getting our little piece. So screw you. And I'm like, guys,
it was a New York Times
we're
article.
going to lose the country. What are you doing?
We were just talking about a New York Times article. I found a picture of my mom.
Yeah.
Do you want to see her?
Yeah.
Where the headline said, most Democrats don't want Biden to run again
Who are they
in
talking to?
2024.
Oh, the poll that came out.
And I'm like, why? Why are we?
Yeah.
Why? This is all hypothetical shit that we don't need to talk about. We need to focus. And
But not only that, but like, here's how fast Biden turned it around. He turned it around so fast that we're 2 years in. We're not even 2 years in. Are we 2 years in? Yeah. No, 22. 20, 21, 22.
1.5.
Don't make me do
1.5.
math. I'm doing math.
1.5.
Yeah, it's
he
1.5.
went in January, so we just hit the first year this January.
Year and a half. So it's a year. So you were right. Year and a half. And we have 3.6% unemployment. We have 5.7% growth. Yeah, we got inflation, but we also got a World War III starting over in Ukraine and Eastern Europe. And we've got the Saudi, they just agreed to today. He just got them to agree to increase oil production. Everything that happens. Oh, here's another thing.
We got a piece of shit Supreme Court.
Oh my God.
That's wrecking shit.
And he's still running shit. And here's what they said. So remember the whole baby formula thing that he turned around?
Yeah.
Basically, we had millions of tons of baby formula flown in. I heard a news story 2 days ago. They go, well, only baby formula is only at 80% of capacity right now. It's only 80% of the store. There's still 22%.
Well, when he does fix it, you got to give him credit for it.
Fuck. Gas prices have dropped 80 cents in a gallon in the Midwest. And someone tweeted me like, dude, because I was bitching about this, and they go, yeah, it's down 80 cents here. I don't know what people are bitching at. Why? I don't understand. Is it the media just got addicted to ripping the president? So now whoever's president, even if they do a good job, we're
not recognizing that now. We're just complaining not fast enough.
It's a fucking year and a half.
We're complaining about.
That's what I said. It's like so basically you living in this house where the guy that was running the house before was killing people. Literally, people were dying. Uncle Joe came over, and Uncle Joe's like, hey guys, the killing is stopped. I fixed it so you're not going to die from the gas that was leaking. I fixed the gas leak so no one's dying.
I put up some drywall here.
Put up some drywall. I fixed the house. Oh, by the way, and I got crews coming in to rebuild the house because that's what the infrastructure bill is. And they're like, yeah, but you know what? This is only a 60-inch TV, and we don't have HBO, fuckers. Yeah, why don't you get on it, Joe? So I'm so fucking mad. I'm just like, do you remember where we were a year and a half ago?
It looked like a tornado hit the fucking house, and now there's walls and a roof. Okay,
we had 4,000 people a day dying, and now we don't. Yeah, but Biden's like, you know what else I don't have? I don't have my exact needs dealt with. Oh, sure, people.
That's what it's about.
That's where the Democrats piss me off more than anything. And I love when I looked at that Will Rogers quote from the Armageddon update. And that's when I was talking about that's, by the way, another one coming out.
Did you say Real Rogers?
Will Rogers, who was a very funny comedian in the 30s, and he said when he did this quote, he said, I'm not part of any organized political party. I'm a Democrat. And
that's more true than you think because
but that's from the third, like it's
But also, I think that's why Democrats have a hard time rallying and getting on message, because they're not. It's the GOP is a fucking that's a fucking cult, but that's a party.
They goose step. They they goose step, man.
The Democrats are more like, oh, they're progressive and there's liberals and there's this and there's that. It's not. It's less of a party.
You know what?
Quote
He's
unquote.
a centrist Democrat. I'm a progressive Democrat, and you know what? I don't even appreciate his pronouns, and he won't even say the word.
I'm working on my grounding at this point.
Exactly.
Hey now.
Back it down.
Hey,
all right.
now.
So, by the way, if you're a Democrat, for God's sakes, guys, lighten up. Let's get back to some country. It's going to take a couple years that we used to live in, and once we can relax, then we can do this shit. But right now, we've got guys trying to take us over. Let's don't do that anymore. Okay. Get it together.
Let's deal with the real threat.
Yeah. There's a threat.
Yes.
People don't get. There's a fucking threat. We ain't back yet.
The dude in the jean jacket said that yesterday. He said, I don't think that, because he was embedded with the Oath Keepers.
Yep.
I don't think you understand the threat that is headed towards us if he gets reelected. in
Yeah.
2024.
And honestly, I'll
like,
buy the guy in the jean jacket because he obviously wasn't thinking.
I
that
liked
far.
him. I mean, obviously, he was really covering his ass. He kept saying, I like to think I was embedded with them. I was
like the Hunter S.
Yes, I got that word.
I was the journalist.
Hunter S. Thompson. I was
said
like,
I was
like
the
when
Hunter
Hunter
S.
S. Thompson
Thompson.
went with the Hell's Angels and he wrote that book. I was kind of doing that.
That's what he said.
Dude, your jacket right now
And the
says that you weren't
tattoos
undercover. Are you
coming
undercover
up your
right now?
neck.
Because
But he did say, I think we got to stop beating around the bush and just call it what it is
Yeah,
and
they're
stop
trying to take the
using
country over.
these nice words
Yep.
and stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yes, we do. In these hearings, it makes us crazy that they're like, instead of just saying,
it was an insurrection.
or they keep saying not sufficient, there was insufficient fraud to overturn the election. So it's, wait, okay, so there was fraud.
Countrywide.
So it's like,
right, countrywide, there was 482 incidents of fake votes, and most of those were Republican votes for
Yes.
dead relatives and stuff. So statistically, 482 out of 180 million people is statistically
that's what I was
zero.
Say. And I wish they'd say
It's
how many
zero.
of the fraud cases were Republican
Yeah.
fraud, which was a lot of them.
But everybody wants to be in the January 6th curious. They're starting to feel their oats a little bit. Do you notice their speeches are getting longer? They're doing that bullshit thing that all everybody in politics does. You know, shut the fuck up and get to the witnesses. Show me the witnesses. Show me the video. Because that's what you
playing that
guys.
the night before. I know what I'm going to say tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're writing long. I'm gonna add another paragraph. Shut up.
Yeah.
That's what you do the night before the podcast.
That's
I
you're
don't shut
supposed
up
to do
on
that.
that.
You're supposed
Pump iron,
You know, I get all swole.
Yeah.
Then I use my brain, which is also swole.
pecs or
But that's
swole.
because I bang my head against the wall. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Please go to ChristopherTitus.com for any merch and stuff. We have new shirts out. It's called Scream Sanity. Please get a Scream Sanity t-shirt for the podcast. Also, go to Christopher Titus TV. There's a whole bunch of content there. All my comedy specials are there.
Very important that you know that next week is going to be Toledo and Columbus.
And then we go to Scotland. I'm going to be tired on that plane trip.
Oh, you're going to be wrecked.
Guys, again, thank you. For myself, the lovely Bombshell, Ray, and the Highlander. Later.
Peace
Fun
out.
fact.
Oh,
Fun fact.
sorry. We forgot the fun
You gotta hurry
fact.
though,
We
because
always
I'm
forget the
already
fun
5
fact.
minutes
Hurry
late
up.
for
Go
a
ahead.
scan.
Well, then this is for you.
And now
The
Highlander's
fastest man in the world has scoliosis. You might assume that a man who can run as fast as Usain, is it Usain or Usain?
Usain Bolt.
Would be the embodiment of physical perfection. But it turns out Bolt has had his share of physical difficulties to overcome, including scoliosis. Quote, my spine's really curved, but if I keep my core and my back strong, the scoliosis doesn't really bother me.
But it also bent him over in an aerodynamic position. So it's kind of cheating.
Yeah,
He's cutting the wind
I'm
better.
sure
There you
he'd
go,
see
Ray.
it that way.
Guys, thanks again for myself, the lovely Bombshell, Ray, and the Highlander. Later.
Peace out.
There can be only one, and I have allergies.